Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am super excited to be bringing you this brief little unboxing because I've just been down to the local scrapbooking store and I've picked up a few goodies, and this is a big one for me because this is my first purchase of crafting items for 2021. And yes, I know it is a big one for me, but I have been studying a lot recently. And so I'm just taking a break now and treating myself to some brand new scrapbooking goodies. Now, I did come across Stamperia's Sir Vagabond in Japan online, and I squealed, and I thought this was the most beautiful collection. So I headed down to my local scrapbooking store here in Perth, and I was praying that they'd have it, and they did have it. And also while they were there, I noticed that they had a Sir Vagabond and a Lady Vagabond, which I didn't even know had been released. Hence, this is what happens when you're studying all the time. So I wanted just to show you these images. I just got the one page from Sir Vagabond. I had a million and one ideas pop in my head, and I knew that I couldn't get to all of them. So I just picked up this one picture because the two characters here are so fabulous, and they just sparked a little bit of a story in my head. So bought the one page for now. But I just had to have the Lady Vagabond. So I bought the 8x8 a paper pad, and I just wanted to show you how perfect it is. And if you have been following my series, my Flora Rose series that I did I think a while ago now, I'll link to it if you're interested. You will notice that this is exactly the kind of theme that I was imagining and trying to achieve with my story and with my mixed media layout. So this is absolutely everything that I had imagined 2 years ago when I was making Flora Rose. Just that beautiful lace, her beautiful leather, the streets, the Victorian kind of era, the steampunk look, papers, cogs, wheels, keys, doors, just everything. Basically, just look at this paper. This paper is just absolutely gorgeous. It really ignites passion within me and so much joy. I love the architecture, the buildings, the locks, the curled paper, the aged paper, the keys, the cute little cat with the little glasses, goggles. Her sitting on a trunk, all the stamps on the side there, her being curious, almost on top of the world. I love the really pale pastel colors. I love the layering of the clock and the cogs on several different types of paper. It really kind of makes a story in my head. It makes me want to try different things with layering techniques and papers. I love this with the watches, the different kinds of watches with the cogs. Love book pages, torn edges. Love the wings on houses and that. Do you see the motorboat at the bottom, like the engine, the fan at the bottom of that house? Almost reminds you of Up from Disney. And the sails, that movement, and the looking glass. So here, and doors. I love doors. I love clocks. This concept of time and timeline is really big for me. So that also spoke to me. I love house fronts and windows and doors, and once again, layering different types of squares on circles. That really appeals to me. I love the use of old books and embossing and embossed flowers, and the book pages, libraries, shelves, the cracked look, the speckled look. I really love that. And just on the opposite side here, you can see this is the inside of the book with used pages, antique pages, splotches. Love that imperfection kind of look. It really appeals to me. And I love how they had these frames here where you could layer things on top of each other and create like a peekaboo effect. And so I kind of had an idea to do that myself, create maybe like 6 ATC's card inspired by this look and put some flowers in the frames. So that brought up a big idea for me. And I love how the opposite side, you could do different types of book covers, and that appeals to me a lot too. And then finally on that back page, you've got the cut aparts where you can just cut each of them up, fussy cutting, and I am the fussy cutting queen. I like self-professed, of course, love the goggles, love the cat, love the girl who I'm going to call Flora Rose, love the books and the message in the bottle, and suitcases packed with everything you need for your adventure. So truly, Lady Vagabond is a collection that speaks to the very heart of me. And I may just go back and get the 12 by 12 pack and see if they have the stamp and the die cuts, just to have that in my collection, because I know that this is something that I love for all time. So that was just the introduction. Welcome to the whole, like, this is the reason why I wanted to do this unboxing, which is to show you Sir Vagabond in Japan. So yeah, I saw this on Vicky Papaanou's, her YouTube channel, pardon me, and I was like, oh, there's a new release, and so yeah. She's the one that introduced me to it. I sort of haven't been following any crafting social media, so I didn't realize that this had been released. But look at Sir Vagabond in Japan. This character is absolutely gorgeous. Look how majestic he looks. Look how strong. Look at how layered, how proud he looks. Look at the colors in his outfit. Look how everything is just so well designed and detailed, and just speaks to the majesty of this character. I can just think of so many qualities within him that attract me. I love on the opposite side here, you've got all the cherry blossom branches and the flowers and the Japanese script and splotches and stamps, and I just love the whole detail of the background. It really, really is so well done. And I love how on the back of this, you get to see what the back of him looks like. Like, look at the detail on the pattern on his coat. Look at the detail, like the socks and the sandal look. You know, that's just so authentic. I just really love how he stands there majestically, and the dragons on his coat. Really, really, you know, it just really completes the picture for me. It goes like really big picture, and it hones down and focuses in on the detail. On this page, I love this. I love the Japanese style temples. And then here's another picture of him sort of from the waist up. I love how the Japanese pagodas are there. I love all the little accessories on the side there that you can cut up and fussy cut out, and use in your, whether it's a journal page or a card or whatever it is you're making. And just on the opposite side there's just some stamping and some stuff that you can use. Now, this is the second character in Sir Vagabond, so I guess this is Lady Vagabond. So she is just absolutely gorgeous. Everything about her is beautiful. Her makeup's beautiful. Her facial expression is strong and proud. Her hair is beautiful. The cogs in her hair, the umbrella she's holding, the pattern on her dress, the way she's holding herself is just absolutely proud and beautiful. And then when you flip over in the back, you get to see the detail on the umbrella, the detail on the bow that she's wearing, and the detail on the rest of the back of her dress. It is so beautiful, and it just artistically really moves and creates a lot of joy inside me. And so sometimes I buy things because they make me happy, and it really helps you to understand what it is that you love, what it is that moves you, what it is you want to have in your life all the time, and that's your values, and you just want to stick with the things that make you happy and improve on what doesn't. So this is another picture here. So you've got two different girls. You know, you've got the original girl, which I showed earlier, but then here's another one, and they showed that manga style face. You can see her face is just a little bit different, and that appeals to me too, because my boys are into manga. So we've got manga everything, t-shirts and TV shows and posters in our house. So that also appeals to me. And I love the flowers here on the side. You can always fussy cut them and then layer them one on top of another. This would make amazing cards, like great sizes. But for me, it'll be for journaling, basically. And the thing is that on the opposite side, you have got the same girl. So you can use her either on the left or the right, but you've got that same girl. So almost like I wouldn't want to stick one side down and try to make it so that you could see both sides. So I'm interested to see how I can make that happen, because it's just so beautiful. You want to see her from one page, and then when you flip over the other page, I'd love to be able to see her too. So whether you put her on vellum or whether you put her on clear, a clear sheet, that would also be a great idea. I was thinking about that. Or whether you stick her down at the bottom and make her float between two pages, that is also another way. On this page, you have got four different prints of the girl, and they've been shrunk down, and they've changed the color of her dress, which is amazing. Two have umbrellas, two are without. You've got some extra fans there you can use as accessories. I love how that looks. And similarly on the other side, you've also got those girls there. So once again, I wouldn't want to stick them down. You'd want to use them. Same with here with Sir Vagabond. You've got him wearing different outfits, which is beautiful. His wardrobe is actually so much more exciting, and so you can imagine he wears a different dress or a different color for different occasions. And here we go again with me and my imagination and trying to think of the story behind it. There's so much story behind everything I see, and that's just the way my mind works. So totally inspired by that. And then the opposite page again, you've got him there as well. Love the swords, and see like the pennies as well, the circles. They are extra accessories that you can have and add to your pages. So for this page, I am in love with this. This is like the Dragon Lord. Look how majestic he is. He's got cogs and wheels and nuts and bolts and just all kinds of amazing things. You've got extra things here that you can add and layer onto him. Look at that beautiful fish. You could just imagine putting glossy accents on that and making that shine. Love the boat at the bottom there. It's so beautiful. And the dragon. And you've got this page on both sides once again. Almost like you wish they'd done it single-sided so that you can have two pages that you could use. But maybe that's some feedback we can give Stamperia as a consumer. And then you've got this page, which is just all the extra patterns in circular format, template, and you could just use them to maybe just inspire you to create backgrounds that appeal to that pattern, or you could just use it as accessories to a background that you've created. I leave that up to you. On the back here, you've got like just a map, a world map, as well as a local area map, and it just shows you that if you've got maps from any of your other papers or collections, you can pair them up with Sir Vagabond accessories, and they will look amazing because it kind of just also goes. This is my favorite page, and quotes usually are because words are my thing. Only he that has traveled the road knows where the holes are deep. Better to see something once than hear about it 1,000 times. Yes! Do not follow where the path may lead. Go instead where there's no path and leave a trail. It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you don't stop. A good traveler has no fixed plans and is not intent on arriving. Yes, so it's the journey. I love that. Your mind is your best weapon. Yes, totally. That's my one. I love it. He who is outside his door has the hardest part of his journey behind him. So once you're at that door, you're on your adventure, and it's easy from there on in. Yeah, because, leaving home is hard. So other than that, look at that. Wherever you go, there you are. So you better like yourself because, you're with yourself all the time. I love that. And so I love this. I love this page. Just look at the movement of that. And I love how the waves go up and then curl over. And then it looks like there's a storm of birds coming down from the sky. So it's almost like, is it water? Is it the birds? What is that? It's like a little bit of mystery. Love the cracks in the background. Love the droplets of ink there as well. And the cherry tree on either side. I just love that introduction of floral with water landscape. I love that Aztec little design at the bottom, plus the floral, and just look at that color of gold, red and gold splotches, plus a little bit of blue, light blue and dark blue. Just love how they've introduced the color. And so on this page as well, you've got a little bit of accessories which you could use to make cards or add in your 12 by 12 page if you want. So you've got clothing there, you've got teapots, you've got lamps, you've got the cat, you've got the sushi. You've got the Japanese drinking bowl, tea, soup, like lots of beautiful accessories you could use here to build your story as you're making your artwork. So this is the 12 by 6, isn't it beautiful? So I just wanted to go through the 8 by 8 with you. Loved this. Chose this over the 6 by 6 merely because I wanted the size of the characters. So here are the same quotes, just in a little bit smaller. So they're good for cards or ATCs or tags, whichever your preferred format is for making art. Love Sir Vagabond here, and I love how there's a little bit of a beach theme behind him. So you could have some, summer type beachy papers in your collection, and then you would add them with him. And I just wanted to show you here that he is I chose him because his size in the 8 by 8 was really good, and I was kind of work in a 6 by 6 format, but also what my favorite way to journal is to make my little golden books. And actually I've been working on my Mulan, and Mulan, I haven't created the book yet. I've been talking about making my Mulan book, and so as soon as I saw this kind of catapulted me to start my Mulan little golden book. And so, but if you have a look at the size here, he is perfect for a little golden book, and actually the pages are perfect for that. They're almost 8 by 8. So this is how I will be using this paper collection in a little golden book. So look forward to making that, and I look forward to bringing you that. So yeah, he can be layered very nicely with beach formats. And then you could just layer him on top and then put like the Japanese pagodas behind him, put a little bit of the coins and the vases or whatever, and just make it quite layered and make it textured, and really create that scene, building it up from layer by layer. Another sort of map, so any maps you might have in your collection would work really good here. I love the boat, I love the dragon, I love the Japanese script on top, and I love all the little elements that they've added to it as well. Over on this side, once again, it just shows you that you can easily stamp a whole lot of stamps in the background, and just create a beautiful starting page there. And I love this scene over here. So this is Lady Vagabond in Japan. You can see how there's a lake behind her, a beautiful cherry blossom tree with some flowers. There's the pagoda in the background. There's the trees or the mountains in the background there, and how they've layered her there. And then on the right hand side behind her, there's like lots of different patterns. So you can see how this page has been put together, and it kind of gives you an idea how to layer. This is the original picture from the background there, and it just shows you an example of how you can add layer on layer to create a scene. And I just love the scene here, and I thought to myself, like, I would love to paint that with my watercolors, so that'll be a challenge for me one day. This page is beautiful here. So you've got the Japanese temple there, you've got the bridge, you've got the city map. Really love that. You can use them separately or all together. Here's another page that shows the pagoda architecture, which I once again love. Love these little pages. So these are like, I would say, almost 4 by 4. You can see how they've layered it there, and I learn a lot from these pages. You can see how there's like 4 or 5 elements already there in that little square. So that, for me, that is just like an example of what to do, how to layer cards and tags and stuff like that. So I draw my inspiration from these examples in the book that they've already created, like how they've collaged stuff for us. I mean, look at this fish. Isn't he amazing? I could just imagine him with sparkles and glossy accents. He would just sparkle so well. And again, on this side, I love how it almost looks like a Polaroid, and how you can add quotes and little, little images from either the die cuts there, and create just a beautiful card, a beautiful tag, a beautiful ATC, whatever you want. And then I love this. Look at this majestic. I'm going to call him the Dragon Lord. He is amazing. I love him. He almost looks like he needs to go on the front of a journal, don't you think? He just needs his own majesty. Love him, and love the colors. Look at the Japanese coins on the side, and those circular those circles that they have there, and how to use them in your mixed media layouts. Here's another picture of that kind of that movement with that waves, with the cherry blossoms and the birds, and you could see cogs there in the waves. So I just love how they've incorporated and integrated it together. Here's that fish lord. He's amazing. Love the lanterns on the side there. Love the koi fish in the background as well. You can almost see it in the splashes. And then this is like a beautiful quilt work, and I love this. I love making pages where you patch things up and collage, so that looks amazing. And then here's that page again, but then look how they've changed it and put like red with black and gold and splotches of gold, and it just makes it look really mysterious and really dark, so you can really change the scene of it. I almost want to try to make that, but I've got to be really careful because using red makes it look like a bloodbath. So then on this page here, you've got like tags and different kind of plaques and labels that you can cut out and use in your whatever you want to do in your artwork, whether it's cards, more stamps here. And I love this. This is stuff from, authentic. So you don't know if it's tickets or post stamps or old labels or shipping tag. You just don't know what it is. And so I love the mystery. I love the authenticity. I love the antiquity of it. It is just really beautiful. Really oriental, really mysterious. Love it. Love it, love it. Wish I could read Japanese right now. And once again, more map and cogs and stamping and layering and old kind of marked pages that just appeal to me. Bamboo, Japanese script, all done up so beautifully. And then on the back of the page here, you've got a whole lot of elements that you can fussy cut out and use to your heart's content. So moving on to the final purchase that I made, which is the die cuts. And I love buying the die cuts because they're a little bit kind of sturdier, and they're on chipboards, and you can really make them work for you as something off the page if you're creating albums or things like that, that you're sending in the mail or putting them on the front of journals. So you've got some big tags at the top there. You've got some plaques that have some of the quotes, which I showed you earlier from the book. You've got some flowers, you've got some coins, you've got some cogs, you've also got the sushi platter, and the cup is there as well from the soup. You've got the cat in 2 different sizes. You've got a little map of the world, and then you've got the 4 main characters here. You've got Mr. Vagabond in Japan. You've got this beautiful Dragon Lord. They're missing the fish. Yeah, you've got the 2 girls, the anime girl and Lady Vagabond in Japan. So you've got a few elements there that could help you make your project really, really stand out and give it a lot of character. So thank you so much for joining me for this unboxing. I am going to go ahead now and create a project with all these. I think this unboxing has been long enough though, so I'm going to stop the video here and I'll start the project in another video. So I hope you join me there. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody, and I'll see you in my next video.